The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
8:13, it's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg, and here in the studio right now is Zach East, United Way of Southwest Michigan, for our regular weekly update. Zach, it's good to see you.
Is it, Ken?
It is.
Are you just saying that to be nice?
Yes. And I mean it, yes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
I appreciate that.
Give us an update. What's happening with United Way of Southwest Michigan?
Do you know who we are?
I think I do.
What is it that we do?
A lot of good in the community.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll pass you a $5 bill later.
Thank you.
What we every once in a while kind of need to remind folks of is actually what United Way does. And, months and months ago when we covered some of this kind of same topic in the past, we didn't necessarily have a lot of numbers to share about what kind of impact United Way and the funded partners, the impact partners that we work with in the community, much less our own programs, what they actually can provide. So if you want some tangibility, I got plenty. If you're a numbers person, today is your day.
Data rules.
Yes. So, and it also helps us just make sure that we truly are making an impact in the community as opposed to, of course, just talking about it. So as a reminder, what United Way of Southwest Michigan does, and just to remember, there is, it was probably my foot tapping.
Oh, stop doing that. Okay.
I have a nervous tap for some reason when it comes to, and I hit my chair at home all the time.
That's okay.
You just can't hear
I won't
it on
ask
the
tough
air
questions, I promise.
You just can't hear it on the air on that recording. You can hear it here. United Way is different in every community and throughout the world in terms of how those United Ways function. Even though they're all part of the United Way ecosystem, United Way Worldwide is the big overarching organization. There are thousands of organizations across the country and the world that serve in a United Way capacity, but all of them are different in terms of how they're structured. The whole idea behind United Way 100 years ago was to make it easy for people to give and give once in their community. And that organization makes sure that the dollars that are being raised go towards the most pressing issues specific to that community. That's the best way to really describe what United Way does as a whole.
Yeah, money in the community, staying in the community.
Exactly. And if you can believe it, we started around Southwest Michigan as the Twin Cities Community Chest in 1943. And a lot of business leaders in the community, including the Upton family at Whirlpool, got together to help form the Twin Cities Community Chest. A lot of community chests throughout the country kind of came together at different times, a lot of them in the 20s, 30s, 40s and such, and turned into what is now the modern day United Way. And we merged a couple different times. There was a Niles area United Way that we merged with about 15, 20 years ago. Cass County, same situation. Van Buren County about 7 years ago. That's what all forms United Way of Southwest Michigan. So the work that we do in the community is actually over 64 different programs that get funding at 47 different nonprofits throughout the 3-county area. If you can believe it.
That's a lot. Plus
the programs that we run ourselves at United Way. That includes things like Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which you've certainly heard about.
Yep.
The 211 service, which is a huge part of what a lot of our partner agencies, whether they get funding from us or not, that 211 service provides a great deal of reference point backward to agencies that are doing the work on the ground in the community. Yeah. So, for example, I had somebody call yesterday who didn't quite get to 211, but they had a question about how to get some assistance with food, and we referred them to 211. 211 will find out where they are specifically and make sure that they get the resources that are near to their neighborhood and put them in touch with the right agencies. One of your news stories this morning with one of our partners, the SMCAA.
Yeah.
Big portion of what they do is references that come from 211. When you donate to United Way, you're donating to 211. The state of Michigan also make sure that there's some funding for 211 across the entire state. It is a statewide organizational effort between a lot of different agencies that come together to make sure the 211 system continues to operate and thrive.
Yeah.
Volunteer United is a big piece of what United Way does, which is the piece inside our organization, the volunteer center of sorts, that organizes things like Rake a Difference with these 1,300 plus volunteers that came together, or that are going to come together, I should say, for November 13th. But it's also a bunch of other volunteer projects throughout the year that agencies do themselves, or maybe it's just even a church who needs a few people to help with some landscaping. Those are the kinds of things that happen in the Volunteer United system that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, about how this system works and basically connects needs with people who are ready to help meet those needs. And then VITA is one of our other programs, which is the Volunteer Tax Income Tax Assistance program. This is what happens when you have too much coffee before whatever time it is here. VITA is a huge part of what we do at the beginning of each year, with a lot of volunteers who go through some intense tax preparation training from the IRS, and they get together with area residents across the 3-county area and help bring back over $1 million worth of tax refunds back into our local economy to local residents that need it the most. That's just a sample of what United Way does. Is it? I'm tapping. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You keep giving me these keys.
Stop tapping.
Yeah.
No.
I'm talking with my hands and my feet this morning.
No, I love that. I love that you're excited about this and that you gathered this information. I mean, United Way of Southwest Michigan. If you go to the website, which is uwsm.org. It does start with you. The power of one helps all of us live united. That's your motto that you've got plastered there on the website. And really, again, it's about, as we mentioned at the start of this, it's in the community, by the community, for the community.
Yeah. What the community has needs for is what we respond to. A big example of that is United Way over the last, I'll say 10 or 20 years. I don't believe, if I look back, has done a lot to address with our community partners housing concerns. But we have now seen that is an issue across the 3-county area. We're starting to investigate that with partners like Cornerstone Alliance, who's doing that housing study that United Way has invested in, among many other ways in which we dive into places where we need to adjust our funding cycle. We're now doing that on a yearly basis. Used to be a 3-year cycle. We now know a 3-year cycle is not going to meet the needs of what the nonprofit partners need, but also what the community is looking for. Things are just changing too quickly.
They are.
That's part of what United Way does, to be agile and nimble to make sure that the community's needs are being met. So when you donate to United Way, even if it's just $25, and that's all you give within the year, we find a way to leverage those dollars, to the point where even if we bring in a couple $1 million in fundraising, we leverage that to so much more. 2024's leverage number was over $6 million returned back into the community in some way. That could be volunteer hours. That could be, other funding from grants and other things that we take. We need a base for those fundraising dollars that we make locally to tell the other grants that we apply for that we have people who are invested in the work that we are trying to do, and we need them to help us perhaps, put the cherry on those things.
Put the cherry on this interview. How do people get more information, and how can they donate?
uwsm.org, and there's certainly a big giant donate button there if you would like to smack it. We would love that. But really, we're if you ever even have any questions about how you can get involved in the community, maybe you have a nonprofit that needs some potential for funding. We have lots of ways to get you involved in the work that United Way does, volunteer opportunities within our board of directors, impact teams, and so much more.
And you can give, you can advocate, you can volunteer, and it all starts by getting involved. uwsm.org. Zach East, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Tap, as well. Okay,
sorry.
8:21, back in a moment with the news from the Bear Den.